Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at XRP, seeing what's going on, helping understand obviously the best practice and big picture for trading a coin like this, or just in general, where's it going to be if it were to continue? With what it's done in the last 5 trading days. I mean, it's really done some fantastic things and only had one corrective day, and that correction was necessary based on not only its increase, but Bitcoin selling off pretty hard as well. So again, really cool stuff here going on. We're going to take a look at that and much more. And obviously, if you are new to the channel, I am not a financial advisor, but I've been trading for over 17 years, and I just love teaching people how to trade. It's really an awesome experience. Thankfully, I do this professionally every single day of my life, and I can tell you that if you want to become a better trader, I've got the resources for you. I've got a trading academy, basically a college to teach you how to become a better trader, basically teaching everything that I know. And then on top of that, I also have a basically a trading signals group where I send out signals for every single trade that I take, so you can learn how to structure your trades. And I've had a lot of folks make a decent amount off of my trades as well. But again, that's the purpose, is for it to be an educational experience, right? So you can learn how to structure your trades, because there are different times of the year that you want to have different strategies. And right now we're running a different strategy than we normally would, considering we're not in a bull market right now. Okay, so there's that. Very last thing that ties into this too, especially if you're in the United States and you need leverage and you don't want to use a VPN, BitGet's the best option for you. They give you transfer bonus cash, really awesome experience there. Make sure you use the link in the description below to qualify for that. Upwards of November 30th is how long you have to go ahead and get that taken care of. So no rush, but also absolutely important. This is just kind of a temporary offer that they're providing you. The key though is that you got to transfer funds over and actually trade with those funds. If you're not trading, you're not going to be able to return or recover those costs. Okay, just keep that in mind. But fantastic company to work with. Awesome. They've been really good. They're based out of Singapore. Really good exchange. The platform is amazing too. Their mobile app is so easy to use. It's crazy. All right, so here's where we're at with XRP. 5 days, and we've seen what, somewhere in the range of 30. Was it 30%? Yeah, a little over 30% from bottom to top in the last 5 trading days. So I would say that's nothing to sneeze at, right? That's pretty good stuff. And the reason why that's happening, of course, I'm sure there's some fundamentals, but again, we only look at the technicals here. The basic bottom line is that it's been held down for so long that it's just ready to explode. And a lot of it was retesting these previous resistance areas. It did that for 3 days in a row, and then it eventually took off. So I covered this recently, expecting it to continue higher. It absolutely has. So I'm happy to see it doing kind of what I expected, albeit doing a lot better than I expected. I thought it would just kind of do a slow little increase, but this is pretty substantial. All right, so let's look at some of the indicators and kind of see where we're at, see if this is sustainable. And how to be able to maintain that sustainability is to effectively not become overextended, right? Because 70 on the RSI is commonly a resistance area, which tells us here right now with the price pulling back, as well as 70 on the RSI being close to touched, that there is somewhat of a resistance here at about 42 cents. Okay, and if we look at the 42 cent range, you can kind of see that the price action has averaged itself out there before we had a drop in price right around that range. So again, it's not like exact science, but that's kind of close, if you will, right? So obviously it's a resistance zone. So just keep in mind, we could have some resistance there. The second Fibonacci retracement level, coincidentally, right here at about 46 cents, 45 cents, is right in the point in which the price action hit its highest before it decreased, right? So you can kind of see it right here. So again, that is essentially where we're at here. To be able to break that channel, we have to kind of get out of this range, okay? So in that sense, that's what we're kind of looking at here. Why don't we take a look at the 4-hour time frame and kind of identify roughly what that might look like? Because on the 4-hour time frame, we can see 3 different moving averages that are looking pretty decent right now. Okay. In other words, the price action is above all 3 of them, and you can see this ascending type of trend forming with the 20-day SMA. Now keep in mind the 200 is the most important. Being above the 200, I would say, is the most impactful. That's something we want to have. But the 20 is also a nice constellation, kind of letting us know that we're still in this incline. Furthermore, when it comes to the RSI, we can see we got rejected here previously at 70, big surprise. Price comes down to bounce pretty close to off of 50 after Bitcoin sold off. Strong recovery back up to almost 70. So at this point, it would make sense the price action goes sideways before it goes up again in order for us to prevent another sell-off. Okay. Now there is possibility too the price might come back down to 40 cents, perhaps even the most recent high of 39.5. Either of those 2 scenarios would work. Okay, so that's essentially where we're at there for XRP in that regard. The 4-hour looks pretty decent. We also have a MACD convergence here as well. albeit everything's kind of overextended though. You got to understand that this is a pretty strong continuation. In fact, let's take a look at the overextension here and see where we're at. Because previously, when we came up, we went up to a 9 and then went into a little bit of overtime here with some extra price action. Price sold off with Bitcoin, which makes perfect sense. And then it ramped up here, got a little reset and ramped up again. Okay, so now I don't personally feel that 12 to 16 hours is enough consolidation to warrant this next leg up. So I would think loosely that 40 cents or 39.5 cents would be more realistic for the price to pull back before it legs up again. Again, you just got to keep in mind, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. And in this regard, too much momentum to the upside could result in a sell-off. So to me, I would speculate that we're going to see a little bit more of a sell-off before it continues higher to kind of consolidate at the previous resistance area right there in the 39.5 to 40 cent range. So that's essentially where we're at there on the 1 hour, or sorry, the 4 hour. Looking at the 1 hour though, let's go ahead and see if we have a similar story here as well. Because if you take a look previously, we came up to an 8, basically a 9 and a 9 previously. So we hit 2 9s in a row, sell off afterwards. Big surprise, I teach that in my trading academy in college, that if you're looking at TD sequential and you're using it, and when you have 2 9s in a row, it's a very common case in point where the price will turn itself around. Okay, so again, hit the first 9, overextended, consolidated, increased, and then of course, hit a massive decrease from there. All right, so if we take that same concept and apply it to what's going on right now, we saw, of course, a 9 to the downside. That's all well and good. Reversed. Big surprise. Came up to a 9, consolidated. Now we're up to a 7. All right. So hypothetically, the price action goes sideways for a little bit longer. The likelihood of it pulling back, I think, is greater at this point. Okay. So again, it's one of those things where we're getting overextended to the upside on multiple time frames, and that is typically disadvantageous. I don't think we had enough consolidation here to warrant this increase, and this increase is outside of standard deviation lines, and there's a likelihood of a pullback because of it. In fact, let's take a look at the standard deviation. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the volume weighted average price. We'll go down to the 15-minute. You can see how far outside the standard deviation lines it went. Okay, similar story with Bollinger Bands as well, right? It's starting to build that amplitude there, but it was way outside of that standard deviation. So if the price were to pull back, it may not be significant. Once again, right here, the volume weighted average price is basically telling us that the price action should be at 39 cents, not 41 cents. Okay, so if there is a pullback, I would say only 1 or 2 cents down here, somewhere in a 5% correction range, and then a potential bounce off of that and or 40 cents. So if I were to short right now, I'd go 41 to 40 and then 40 to 39 and kind of see where that goes from there. Okay, so that's generally speaking what we're looking at here for XRP. All in all, pretty decent stuff in the general sense. I love to see it taking off here. I would just expect to pull back a little bit before it increases its next leg up, right? Because again, it's quite a lot of movement in a short amount of time, and with us having 2 9s in a row on TD sequential, or almost a secondary 9 there, I think that we should see some kind of pullback before it legs up again. Keep in mind, if it were to leg up once more, it could perform a 3 white soldiers type of pattern, and then we could expect the 4th day to be red. So heaven forbid, today it continues higher, and then tomorrow as well. The fourth day is almost always red. Okay, it's considered 3 white soldiers. And look it up. It's a really interesting candlestick pattern, but it has a really high success rate. So just be prepared for that if that were to happen. I don't think we're going to see that today though, because once again we need some consolidation, a little bit of pullback to consolidate at 40/39.5. All right, well, that's all I got for you here today. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you had a fantastic learning experience. Look forward to seeing the next one. If you want to become a better trader, once again, CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link in the description below. We'll look forward to working with you. You have a great rest of your day.